Now what kind of a farming game would this be without some epic farming? Throw in some magic and you got yourself perfection. Go grab that comfy cozy drink and let me make a virtual farmer out of you. Hey guys, welcome to Jade Mist Gaming. Jade Mist here, and welcome to another Fae Farm tutorial. This time, we're going to be looking at everything and anything that has to do with farming and all of your seasonal crops, how you can unlock all of these hidden seasonal crops, and what exactly you can do with all of these crops. So let's just jump right in, guys. Let's get straight to it. So first off, let's go ahead and introduce to you all of the basic soils that you can get. So I'm going to go into build mode and I'm going to show you here the basic soils that you're going to be able to use. Now, right now, if you're in the early game, you're not going to be able to see most of these because these are all for later on in the game. Right now, you're going to be focused on using your basic soil bed. This is your flower bed. We've already talked about that in the flower guide. If you haven't seen that, check it out. It's in the cards right above here somewhere. This is your hydro soil bed. It's basically your regular soil bed, but it just makes you water your crops less. It gives you one extra day of watering, just as it says in the description. And then you have these four, which we won't talk about those right now. Let's just jump straight over to the Fae soil. Now, you will need the Fae soil and the Fae world to be able to get this Fae soil bed. So be sure you unlock the Fae world so you can start harvesting all of these goodies, but we'll talk more into that. Let's go and just talk about our basic soil bed. So what I did, wow, hello animals. Okay. I feel like I've been photobombed by animals. Excuse you. You guys are hiding my crops. I need people to see my crops. No, go away. All right, well, I've gone ahead and created 3x3 plots just for the video sakes. You guys don't need to create your plots like this. You can create them however you want. Oh, this is ridiculous with all these animals. Are you kidding me?
A few inches later.
So as you can see, we have our 3x3 plots here, and I've planted every single base crop on each one. So there's 6 base crops. You have turnips, you have cauliflower, you have beans, you have potatoes over here, corn, and peppers right over here. Now, each one of these base crops can be magically transformed into a seasonal crop, much like this one right here, which is radish. So your turnips are going to turn into radish in the spring, and then your cauliflower are going to turn into asparagus in the spring, and your beans are going to turn into sugar peas in the spring, and so forth. So every crop has a specific seasonal crop that you'll be able to magically transform it into. Now, what kind of a Jade Mist gaming tutorial would this be without an epic guide to help y'all? So I've gone ahead and created a graphic here that shows you all of the base crops and what they turn into per season and each Fae crop. You can get that in the description below. I have a nice handy dandy Google Drive link where you can download it, or you could take a screenshot here from the video. I'm placing it up here for y'all to see it, or you can head over to my Discord and grab it over there. And if you want to see what all the crops in each season looks like, I've gone ahead and recorded each season for you. So let's take a look at it. Of course, we have spring right here, all of your spring crops. We have summer crops, beautiful, beautiful summer crops. Then we jump straight into autumn. I love the autumn. The autumn is definitely by far one of my most favorite seasons here. And then we have winter. So look at all these gorgeous crops. Beautiful, beautiful. Every single season visually here for you. So how do you get these seasonal crops? Well, easy. You're going to come over here. You're going to water your seeds for your base plants. Once you water them, you're going to go in and you're going to use this handy dandy fertilizer called the Magic Crop Swap Fertilizer. This Magic Crop Swap Fertilizer can be bought from Holly, the vendor over in your town center, or from Asphodel over in the Fae world, and both those vendors will also sell you your basic crops, the 6 base crops, which are the turnips, cauliflowers, beans, corn, peppers, and potatoes. They can both sell you all of those crops, but nobody will ever sell you seasonal crops. That is all up to you. All right, so once you apply your Magic Crop Swap, you will have a chance of having those original base crops turned into those radishes. Now, it's not 100% guaranteed that they will turn. Some of them will not, some of them will. From my experience, most of the ones that I have applied my Magic Crop Swap to have indeed turned into that magical crop or that seasonal crop. So the odds are in your favor. Now, I specifically did not plant some of them just so I can show you what they were. And the other ones that I did plant, 100% of them did turn into radish. So I did have 100% turnover on that one. Same thing with the cauliflower. I got asparagus from using that. And over here, I got sugar peas. My potatoes turned into leeks. And my corn has turned into rice. I believe that's rice. And my peppers are turning into cucumbers. So those are going to be your seasonal crops. Now, moving on from seasonal crops, then you have your Fae crops. Your Fae crops are the magical crops that can be harvested and can be turned into this specific crop every single season. Your turnips, no matter what season you're in, will always turn into frost beets once you apply the magic crop swap fertilizer when using this Fae soil bed. You need to be using Fae soil bed in order to get these magical crops when you are on your regular farms. Now, there is a way to get out of not having to use these crop swap or these Fae soil beds, because sometimes you may not have shade jelly, you may not have flutterwood log, and you may not have sprig and leaf. And that's fine. Sprig and leaf only comes from the pet that you get over in the Fae world. So not everybody's gonna have enough of this. So what do you do in that case? Well, simple. Let's go over to the Fae world and I will show you. All right, so here we are in my Fae world, and as you can see, it's quite different than the regular world in the sense where I have planted a regular soil bed. This is just the basic soil bed. It is not the Fae soil bed. Same thing here and here. I did plant the turnips, the cauliflowers, the beans, every single base crop. I planted them in these two plots right here. And then I applied the magic crop swap fertilizer on top of them. They then in turn transformed into your Fae crops, the magical Fae crops. If you use the magic crop swap fertilizer in the Fae world, you will never get your seasonal crops. You will only get your magic Fae crops. And you do, in fact, need to put that magic crop swap fertilizer in the Fae world. I went ahead and did my own experiment. I did put regular crops here, the cauliflower, without magic crop swap, and it will not transform. You do need the magic crop swap, 100%. I'm out of water. Let me go put some water. Now, quick tip, I do put my plots as 3x3s only because of my watering can. I can use my magical watering can and water the entire grid just like this. Now, once you do upgrade your watering can, you can get an even bigger grid. You can come over here and hold your magic button. I can't do it on these because these are fully grown. Can I do it on this one? Yeah. If I hold, it opens it up a lot wider. So when you have a bigger flower bed, yes, you can water it more. So quick tip, hold your magic watering can button. For me on the controller, it's Y. If you just hold Y, the expansion, your watering area will grow as you upgrade your watering can. So yes, that's why I do these 3x3 plots, because I just want to water a 3x3 plot easily like that. These are already watered, so that's why it didn't work on there. I usually water it right in the middle and it waters the whole plot. So that's why I do 3x3s. But again, it's up to you guys however you want to do your plots. You don't have to do them in 3x3s like me. All right, back we are here at the regular world. I went ahead and slept today so we'd have nice and early morning and we wouldn't have too many animals bothering us. So as I mentioned, these again are your 6 base crops on the basic soil using your magic crop swap fertilizer. I just showed you over in the Fae world how to use your magic watering can. Make sure you just water it in the middle. Let's see, these right here, perfect. I'm just gonna press it once. And boom, you have your entire crops done. Now this does require mana, so be sure you have mana. Otherwise, you can just water them one by one like this. All right, so we went over our Fae soil. So now again, make sure you use your magic crop swap fertilizer on top of Fae soil to get your Fae crops. And then down here, you have 3 other types of soil. And again, these are for the higher levels right over here. You have your summer soil bed, you have your spring soil bed, the autumn soil bed, and the winter soil bed. You do need to unlock the mountains to be able to get most of these materials. That way you can unlock all of these plots. These are self-explanatory. You can plant all of your spring crops in the spring soil, all of your summer crops in the summer soil, the autumn and the winter. As you can see, my game right now is spring, Tuesday 10 year 6, and I do have autumn crops growing right here, and I do have winter crops. Let's water them. Let's see if they grow. This one's already grown. This one's already grown. Boom. And this one. So there you go, my spring, summer, autumn, and winter. Now, before I show you what you can do with these crops and how much money you can make, let me show you a nifty little trick. So let's say all of your crops are fully grown and you want to harvest them, but you don't want to go one by one to harvest them. That's fine. Grab out your wand and use your vortex. And boom, there you go. You have your crops. These are not fully grown, so I'm not going to get them. Let's try this one over here. Vortex, and just harvest them all. Again, you will need mana for this. Oop, these are not fully grown. I wasted mana. These are fully grown. Even the seasonal ones. There you go. Now, if you do this too close to your flowers will get torn up with your vortex. So if you do have your flower beds near you, don't do that if you don't want to pick your flowers. Warning. Don't say I didn't warn you. See how I have all my flowers here? If I used a little vortex, yeah, that happens. So don't do that. I'm okay with doing that. So let's leave that. Let me clean this up. Hold on. Okay, now that I have that cleaned up, let's come over here to my table and let me show you what you're going to be able to do with all of these veggies. First off, you're going to need a prep table just like this, a food prep table, and you can come over here and grab all of these veggies and you can turn them into diced roots, chopped vegetables. So diced roots and chopped vegetables are extremely important. So let's go ahead and make a ton of these. Whatever we have, we're making them. I am not saving any of them. I am going to turn them all into diced roots, except for the Fae crops. I'll touch on that a little later, but I'm not going to use my Fae crops for diced roots. You're more than welcome to if you want to, but these can be turned into materials for potion crafting. So if you're big on making potions, don't use these for diced roots. Just use your regular seasonal crops or your base crops. But again, that is your preference. You can use your Fae crops for diced if you want. Of course, you can make grain nuggets. This is the way you make flour. So we're going to make grain nuggets with these, that one, and we're good to go. Okay, perfect. So let's leave those. Let's collect that. Oh, my backpack's full. Let me empty my backpack. Okay, now that we have all of our diced roots and veggies, you're going to come over to this table, which is called your artisan table. And this is where the magic happens. You're going to take all of your diced and chopped vegetables. So these chopped vegetables, 25 chopped vegetables will turn into 1 jar of pickled vegetables. Now, if you look at your inventory, if you look at your chopped vegetables, the value alone is only 13 florin for chopped vegetables. Not much. Same thing for diced roots. They're worth basically nothing. So they're pennies worth. You don't want to sell these. Don't sell those. Instead, turn them into pickled veggies. And again, 25 for 1 jar. Now, I know that seems a little steep, but trust me, you're going to need them. Oop, keep going. Make as many as you can. I do it with the veggies and the roots. That one. There you go. And I also turn this into flour. I don't sell my flour. I actually use my flour. I don't use mushroom jerky to sell because I use the sliced mushrooms for some meals for buffs for mining. So I never use the mushroom jerky, but you can totally do that if you don't want to use the mining buffs. You can make 1 jar of mushroom jerky with 25 of them, but I'm not going to do that. And the eggs, I use that for other stuff as well. You can also turn your sugar into lollipops and sell your lollipops. So this artisan table will give you tons of stuff that you can sell. So let's collect some of that, or better yet, let's sleep the day, collect all of those because these take quite a bit to craft, and then I'll come and show you how much we make. All right, it's another day, so let's go grab our pickled items. There we go, pickled veggies, roots, and I got some flour out of that. Now let's come on over here and let's get these sold, why don't we? So we're gonna go to our stands and we're gonna grab them. See, we have 8 pickled veggie jars. So we're going to go ahead and put those there. And we just made 2,800 in florin with 8 of these pickled veggies. These are worth 350 florin each. Let's go to the next stall over here in the other world. Oop, don't get stuck like me. grab this farmer stall, and let's add these in here. Now, again, if you don't have these stalls, you can definitely put these in town center in the regular stalls. So don't worry if you don't have these stalls open. So 2,450 on this one. Not bad, guys. Not bad at all. I think that's a win, y'all. So if y'all create these big epic farms and you just keep up with that, you won't even have to go to the mines to make money if you don't want to create the polished gems. There's tons of ways to make money in this game that is not mining. I know I created a guide to make 50k florin per hour, and now while I do still think mining will make you the most money in the game, if you're not into the whole mining thing, there's still so many other ways, and farming is one of them, y'all. So go ahead and take all of this and turn them into your pickled items and sell those pickled items. The jams, the pickled items, you can take your fruits, put your berry jams in there, and they will sell. Y'all, it's that easy. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell to get notified of all of the future guides coming for Fae Farm. I do have at least 5 more new guides in the works right now, guys, so stay tuned. Hit that big thumbs up, y'all. I would truly appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe, and of course, until the next time, happy gaming. Bye.